Place a plate of cold leftovers inside the microwave, press a few buttons and wait 60 seconds. There is no flame, no glowing coil. The air does not need to become scorching hot. Yet, when the door opens, steam rises from the food. A few small beeps, and a cold meal seems to warm itself. So where did the heat come from? If microwave energy fills the chamber, why can one bite burn your tongue while the center stays cold? And if those waves are powerful enough to heat dinner in a minute, why can you stand only a few centimeters from the door without feeling them? The answers are hidden in details we barely notice: the metal walls, the spinning plate, the dark mesh, and the quiet hum behind them. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. The melted candy bar that changed cooking. To understand what this box is doing, we need to return to the 1940s, when engineer Percy Spencer was working with magnetrons for radar equipment. The magnetron produced powerful microwaves. Cooking was nowhere in its job description. Then Spencer noticed that a candy bar in his pocket had melted while he stood near the equipment. Instead of brushing it off as a sticky accident, he tried other foods. Popcorn kernels burst. An egg heated so quickly that it exploded near one of his colleagues. The pattern was hard to ignore. Invisible electromagnetic energy could enter food and turn into heat. The first ovens built around that idea looked nothing like the compact appliance on a kitchen counter today. They were tall, heavy, water-cooled, and far too expensive for most homes. Over time, the technology became smaller and cheaper. A component designed for radar found a second life in cooking. What mattered was not the candy itself. It was the realization that something inside the food was responding to the waves. The water inside your food is the real target. Microwaves belong to the same broad family as radio waves, visible light, and X-rays. They differ in frequency and energy. The microwaves used for cooking are non-ionizing, which means they do not carry enough energy to break chemical bonds the way X-rays can. For heating food, the key is their rapidly changing electric field. A water molecule has an uneven distribution of electrical charge. One side is slightly negative, the other is slightly positive. Picture millions of tiny compass needles trying to follow a compass that reverses direction billions of times every second. The molecules keep twisting, but they are trapped among countless neighbors. Their motion is interrupted, redirected, and passed through the surrounding material. Organized electrical motion becomes random molecular motion. That random motion is heat. Water usually plays the largest role, though it is not working alone. Dissolved salts, sugars, fats, and the structure of the food all affect how energy is absorbed. Soup responds differently from dry bread. Even two parts of the same meal may heat at different rates because they contain different amounts of water and dissolved ingredients. Frozen food adds another wrinkle. Ice absorbs microwave energy less effectively than liquid water. As soon as one pocket begins to thaw, that liquid region can heat faster than the still frozen parts around it. This is why defrosting works in short pulses. The pauses give heat time to spread before the thawed edges begin cooking. This is also why a microwave-safe plate may still feel relatively cool while the sauce on it begins to bubble. The oven is putting energy into the food first, rather than heating the surrounding air and waiting for warmth to move inward. Creating those waves solves only one part of the problem. The oven also has to keep them from disappearing after a single pass. Why the oven is a metal box. Behind the cooking chamber, the magnetron produces microwaves at about 2.45 gigahertz. A hollow metal channel called a waveguide carries them into the oven. Think of water moving through a pipe. Once the waves enter the chamber, their path looks more like light bouncing around a mirrored room. Metal reflects microwaves, so the steel walls keep sending the energy back across the food. Each pass creates another chance for the molecules inside the meal to absorb some of it. A chamber made only from wood, ordinary glass, or plastic would let too much energy escape. The familiar 2.45 GHz frequency is a compromise rather than a magical setting. Much longer waves can pass through food without transferring enough energy and would require a larger cavity. Much shorter waves tend to deposit more energy near the surface, making deep and even heating harder. You may have heard that 2.45 GHz was chosen because it is the exact frequency at which water resonates. That story is too neat. Water absorbs electromagnetic energy across a broad range. Engineers needed a frequency that balanced penetration, efficiency, appliance size, and available radio bands. The chamber now has plenty of energy bouncing inside it. The next problem is that the energy refuses to spread evenly. The oven has invisible hot and cold zones. Waves leaving the guide meet waves reflected from the walls. Where they overlap, some reinforce one another while others partly cancel. The chamber develops a pattern of stronger and weaker regions, often described as standing waves. Imagine invisible islands scattered across the oven. Food resting on one island heats quickly. A section only a few centimeters away may stay cool. A thin layer of cheese or chocolate can reveal the pattern when it is held still during a demonstration. The first places to melt mark the stronger zones. Now look at the turntable. Its job is not to create more heat or stir the waves. It carries the food through different regions so that each part spends time in both stronger and weaker fields. Some ovens use a rotating wave stirrer or another distribution system instead, but thick portions and oversized containers can still heat unevenly. This is also why a few small habits matter. Spread food into a shallow layer instead of leaving it in a thick mound. Put denser pieces toward the outside. Stir soups and sauces halfway through. Turn over solid food and leave the dish to stand for a moment after the timer stops. That pause is part of the process. Heat keeps moving from hotter areas into colder ones, often finishing the center without burning the edges. Open the door, and the next clue is already there: the dark mesh covering the glass. The door lets you see in, but keeps the waves inside. The microwave door contains a metal screen punched with tiny holes. Visible light has a much shorter wavelength, so it passes through those openings and reaches your eyes. Microwaves at 2.45 GHz have a far longer wavelength, and the holes are too small for most of that energy to get through. It works like a fence that lets insects pass while stopping a ball. The steel chamber and the mesh form an electromagnetic shield. Interlock switches add another layer of protection. They prevent the magnetron from operating when the door is open and shut it down if the door is opened during cooking. A real appliance may leak a very small amount of microwave energy, but an undamaged oven keeps that leakage below regulated limits. The condition of the door matters far more than how closely you stand while watching dinner rotate. A bent door, damaged latch, misaligned hinge, or any sign that the oven can run while open means the appliance should not be used. At high exposure levels, microwaves can harm tissue by heating it. They cannot make food radioactive. When the magnetron stops, the microwave field disappears. What remains in the food is heat. The oven is fast and safe when it is in good condition. Its real weakness becomes obvious when you bite into reheated pizza. Why microwaves heat fast but rarely make food crispy? Pans and conventional ovens heat food from the outside inward. A hot surface or moving air warms the exterior, and that heat gradually travels toward the center. Microwaves can carry energy below the surface and warm part of the food's volume at once. That makes reheating fast, though it does not mean food cooks completely from the inside out. Penetration depends on composition, density, temperature, and size. In a thick meal, the deepest section may still warm mainly because heat spreads inward from nearby regions. Speed also works against browning. As water evaporates from the surface, it cools that surface and keeps it moist. The food struggles to reach the dry, high temperatures needed for the reactions that create a brown crust, roasted aromas, and crisp texture. That is why pizza may become hot but limp, chicken skin warm but rubbery, and bread soft before turning tough as it cools. Convection ovens handle the surface better. Moving hot air removes moisture and allows browning to develop. Combination ovens use both systems because they solve different jobs. Microwaves deliver speed, while convection builds color, aroma, and texture. Neither method wins every time. A microwave is good at putting energy into food. An oven is good at turning the surface into something we want to eat. Every detail is solving an invisible problem. A microwave feels simple because the difficult parts have been pushed out of sight. You do not have to think about the electric field, the reflected waves, the uneven energy pattern, or the shield in the door. You place a dish inside, choose a time, and press start. The machine handles the argument between all those physical limits for you. That is the quiet achievement hidden inside this ordinary box. Every useful feature exists because something else would otherwise go wrong. The turntable answers uneven heating. The mesh answers leakage. Convection answers the soggy surface. None of it is decorative. The appliance is not magic, and it is not a mysterious box of dangerous radiation. It is a carefully managed set of compromises made invisible by good design. Sometimes the simplest appliance is only simple because someone has already hidden all the complexity for us. Which detail surprised you most? The spinning plate, the mesh in the door, or the way food heats from within? Tell us below, and name the everyday object we should decode next. Subscribe to Secrets of Simple Things to keep uncovering the clever ideas hidden inside ordinary life.